As a no-code app entrepreneur, chances are you are building and launching your app on the side. Now, the reality is you have a life, a job, maybe a business, a family, all vying for your time. In other words, you have a lot going on. So launching a new venture on the side is no easy feat. So in this video, I want to share 3 things I wish I knew before launching a business on the side, which a number of years ago is actually how coaching no-code apps started out. When launching a business on the side, one of the things I wish I had known ahead of time was that sometimes you have to take one step backwards in order to take 2 steps forward. So when you are launching a new venture, when you're launching something on the side, what it typically looks like is this. You have your primary source of income that takes all of your working hours, right? That's your job or maybe your existing business. But you're starting up something on the side that's going to require you to put working hours into that, but without the same return in terms of income. Okay, now as you continue building, you launch and you start growing your app, income, revenue included, so you do start making some money off of it. You're going to have to continue putting more and more time into it in order to keep it growing, but it very likely won't be giving you the same return in terms of income as that primary source of income already is. But at a certain point, if you want to make the transition from that primary job or source of income that you have into app entrepreneurship full-time, you have to make the decision to cut off that primary source of income, even if it's more substantial, and it very likely will be, so that you can take the time necessary and put it into your app-based venture. So that's what I mean by taking one step backwards in order to take 2 steps forward. Now, I wish I would have known this earlier on because I delayed that decision until it was too late. I reached a point where I was maxed out with that primary source of income and maxed out with the side business, which today is my primary business, right? But it was kind of like reaching a breaking point where something had to give. And that's what forced me into the decision. But had I known that it's okay to take what feels like a step backwards, because that would actually give me the capacity to take 2 steps and many more forward, then it would have been easier to transition full-time into that side business venture. Most people feel really good when they get to talk about the importance of the work that they do within their current job title role or even within their current business. You know, when someone asks them about what they do for a living, talking about their role in their job with some sort of status or some sort of importance, it just feels good. It's usually part of our identity to some extent. And that means when you launch a new venture, something you're starting on the side and even something that you move into full time at some point, you're not immediately going to have that same level of status, that same job title, or that same feeling of importance. And what I often see happen with people who did feel that importance with their job, no matter how much they wanted to leave it for this new venture, what I often see happen when they do go all in on their new business, on this new app-based venture, is they try to create that status first and foremost. It's like leaving behind this old job or this old job title kind of feels like taking a step back or taking a step down. And so when they create this new venture, they try to establish that right away or try to recreate it. So maybe they register their business maybe a little bit prematurely, or they go in and update their LinkedIn profile before they do anything else, or maybe even create business cards with the title of founder or owner or even president. I see this happen so many times, and I think oftentimes it's a subconscious thing that we do. But what I've learned is that the more time you spend creating this importance or this officialness, this status, instead of just focusing 100% on helping your users or even just getting those users first and foremost, the less overall value you will be providing and the less importance or the less contribution you are making within your market. So if you have that attachment with your identity to your job role, which is so very normal, if you want to feel that value and that importance in your contribution, the absolute best thing you can do is help users achieve results. It's the most irrefutable, tangible way to create that status and that feeling of importance for yourself. Just help people solve the problems that your app is intended to solve. Pursuing a business on the side can oftentimes feel very lonely. Now, the circle of people we have in our lives typically develops from shared experiences. But when you choose to pursue something that's totally different than those shared experiences you have, then it can start to feel really lonely. No matter how much you talk about or are excited about this app that you're pursuing, that circle is likely not going to fully understand. And while they'll probably listen and be excited with you, there's generally going to be a disconnect. And so that can feel very lonely because really getting a new business up off the ground takes a lot of time and a lot of focus and a lot of just kind of putting your head down and getting things done. Now, for me, one of the best things I did was to join a group coaching program where I was able to surround myself with people who were doing the exact same thing I was doing. Because instead of being kind of questioned as to why I was spending all of my time doing this thing that nobody really understood, I was instead really inspired by the people around me who were pursuing exactly what I was doing with consistency and with really hard work and with a lot of passion and excitement too. So, this journey can feel very lonely for a lot of people, depending on your situation. But one of the best things you can do is surround yourself with others who are doing the exact same thing. And hey, if you want to be inspired by other people who have done exactly what you're looking to do, then head to coachingnocodeapps.com/workshop to join our free extended training, where not only will we guide you through the next steps you need to take to become a successful app entrepreneur, but you'll also get to see what other app entrepreneurs have done with their own apps and businesses. So head to coachingnocodeapps.com/workshop to join in on that. And in the meantime, I hope this was helpful, and we'll see you in the next one.